So in the previous session, I showed you like DDL commands like create, drop, truncate. Drop also we have seen. So firstly, I recommend like DML commands. Try to you have to take the reference from the W3 schools for DML commands like insert. So we have insert statement. So how we are going to write in multiple SQL servers and update. So update is also something to change, set up the values. You need to update the values based on the, for example, see here, I have like update customers, set the contact name. So before doing this transaction, before doing this, the data would be okay. See for customer ID 1, the customer ID 1, the city is what? Berlin, and the contact name is Maria. Now, if you do this after this statement tells what? You are updating the table called customers, and you are setting the contact name of this customer ID. We have to set the contact name as this Alfred and the city as Frankfurt, where the customer ID 1. See now, here we got 2 updates. So that's what here we have got earlier. Before doing update, we got this Maria and Berlin. Once we updated it, it got changed into the required values. So here, whereas Mexico people, whoever having country as Mexico, those all were giving the contact name as John. Okay. So Mexico, whenever it is found as Mexico, it will update with this Juan. I can select. Yeah. So whereas Mexico here, if you see, there are 2 different people, but here after the update statement, we got some changes. So update customers contact number. I got you where class without where class. Then what will happen? Automatically for all the contact names, for all the city, for all the customer ID, the update name will be the same. You are not giving where class. What is where class? Where is an one which will help to filter. So here, if I don't give where, this John will contact name will update for all the customers. But whereas I given this where class, it will set this contact name where the country is equal to Mexico. Okay, so this is update statement. Next, delete. In the previous session, I have discussed with DTL commands like truncate, drop. Drop is the one which will drop the complete table, structure, records, everything. But whereas truncate, it will drop the table and recreates with the structure so that it will look the table empty without any records. Then what is delete? Mostly 80% of interviews, definitely people will ask you this question. Difference between drop, truncate, delete. Especially truncate and delete. Truncate is a DDL command, first of all. Delete is a DML command. This is one of the first difference that you need to give. And the second one, your delete can delete the records based on the where class, using where class. I want to delete the customers where the customer name is equal to this all function. But truncate cannot do that. Truncate cannot use where class, but truncate will remove all the rows from the table. That's it. It will remove all the rows from the table. Truncate will remove all the rows from the table. But with delete, you can select the selection record, selected records, and you can delete. And moreover, truncate is an DDL command, and delete is an DML command. So you just try to execute this delete statement as well. So in the purpose of drop, to show you the drop, I have dropped the table employees, I guess. If you want to view this SQL worksheet, SQL sheet, you can use like right click and say select the top 1000 rows. If you have 1000, it will show you. If not, whatever the number of rows you have, it will show you. If the table is having records. If the table is not having records, it will show you with empty. But the sheet will be opened. Okay. And this is your database which you need to configure to the sheet. Okay. So far we have seen insert, delete, update. Insert statement, I'll show you. We can see the practicality. I'm just trying to create once again the table called employees. And I'll just remove this part. And to execute this in a proper way, I have deleted this jobs reference table. I'm just executing it. It got successfully executed. And I have the insert statements as well. Insert into. So it got loaded completely. So these all doing the manipulations on the table and the data. DDL commands helps to work on the table. DML commands helps to work in the on the records. So the next type of the command like DRL, DQL, data retrieve language, data retrieve. If you want to comment any line, for example, so write a query to from employees. See, this statement I want to make it as a comment. So if you want to completely make that line as comment, you can use this hyphens, two hyphens. If you say like after this query, if you want to write within the same line, if you want to write a query again, and if you want to continuously make this as commenting only. Once if you want to come out of the comment, you have to use the same thing again, and again you start writing the comment. So the comments will give you in the green color. So for now, this complete line I just want to make only that one line. Use just like this, like double hyphens. Now to select the table, I have two ways of queries. One is select star from employees. Fi I am using shortcut to execute. This is we call this as a blind query. This is going to be a blind query. Why blind query? I'm not see now. Here, if I just try to write, I need to get employee ID. First name, last name, email, phone number. So we are getting all the columns listed here. So if you have such a way of printing the data from the table, no need to use all these columns like this. You need to list off all the columns. That's what I'm showing. And if you want to print from one column to another column, you need to get a difference, means you have to use comma. Select is all. So this is listed query. This is what I like select a listed query, column listed query. So opposite to this, I just want to get the blind query. So blind query means what? Don't use any list of columns, just to say simply star. Star means what? It is nothing but all the columns from the table. All the columns from the table. The same result you are going to fetch. What is the difference in executing the above query, the first query, the listed query? Like listed query, the execution get differs. Here, it will go and the SQL engine will go to this table and it will try to fetch the data for 10 times because you got listed the columns of 10 columns. Star will go and pull all the columns at once. Listed will go for every time within the table and get fetch. So you have the query called like select list query as well. Means you can select the required columns list only, not required of every query. Every column you need to select. I want few selected columns instead of star or instead of listing all the columns. I just want to list employee ID and the first name and the last name. And I want the salary and I want the department ID. So now go and execute this. So you got this employee ID, first name, last name, salary, department ID. Good. So employee ID, first name, last name, salary, department ID from employees. So next, now on the selection of the list of columns we have seen. Now we'll see the list of restricted data. Means okay, I'll just try to pull complete data. I just want to write select star from employees. So this will give you the complete all the columns list. Of course, executed earlier. So I'll just try to show this once. Now how the data is printing? Do you think the data is sorted within any way? I mean to say in any order. If you see, observe the employee ID 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 11, 12. It's sorted. It's look like employee ID wise it is sorted. Correct? But what I just want to do is I just want to sort based on the salary. I want to print fetch high salary employees to low salary employees. I want to get high salary employees list to the lowest salaries employees. What should I do? What is the functionality here? How do I fetch this?
Order by.
We have to use sorting. We have to perform sorting. So how do we perform sorting? Sorting based on what? Salary column. You have to perform sorting based on salary column. So sorting, how do we perform? Which class we have to use to perform sorting? Order by. In SQL, we have order by to perform sorting. Order by salary. I need to specify the salary. So just execute. See, I'm getting executed. Can we do ordering, sorting? We can do in how many ways? Two ways, ascending and descending. Did I mention anything in this order by? Nothing. Then is it sorted or not? 2,500 to 2,600, 700, and it is going through, and it is increased to the 24,000. So that means it is sorting based on what? Ascending order. Though I did not specify, the order by the sorting, still it is sorting in ascending. That means what? Order by is going to by default work in which order? Ascending order. I want to perform in descending order. Just because I said what? Fetch a high salary to the low salary. So I want to get the descending order. Got it right? So I got the data sorted based on the descending order. Next, fetch the sorting with multiple columns. Can you do sorting with multiple columns? Multiple key columns, I'll say. Multiple key columns. So here, whichever we are using after order by, they are called key columns. I got order by salary, but before to that, I will say department ID as well. So I got department ID and the salary column to be sorted. In which way? Descending order is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the data is sorted based on the department ID. Do you think the data is sorted based on the salary in the descending order? In the descending order means which is the highest salary? 24,000. Are we fetching the 24,000 in the top? No. Is the data sorted? Is it looking like sorted data? No. The data is not sorted. What I'll do, department ID is working in ascending order and salary is working in descending order. So department ID, if I am fetching with the ascending order, because I did not specify any order, means by default order by what it will do? Ascending order. So department salary is in descending order. So am I getting descending order salary? No. Correct? Is it working or not? So that means with sorting, can't I work with two columns or what? It will work with two columns also. Then whenever you see, wherever, maybe not only in order by class, in any class when you are working with two columns, search with the combination. See, understand the data within the combination. I'll tell you how this is going to work now. I given first column as what? Department ID. So first of all, it will fetch with the department ID. Department ID wise, I have one employee, one department, only one employee. So this salary is one is highest or lowest. This is the one. But in the second department, I have two employees. The other salary is 13,000. The highest salary within this department is 13,000. Correct or not? So 6,000 is less than 13,000. So salary is ordered in descending order according to the department 2 or not. Similarly, search with the department 3. Similarly, search with the department 3. The highest salary in the department 3 is 11,000. If you observe, the 11,000, 33,100, 2,900, 2,800, 2,600, 2,500. It's sorted in descending order or not? So whenever you are performing two key columns, you should understand based on the combination of the two columns, not the individual way. Okay. So order by executes based on the department ID and the cell. If I want to specify the department ID also in the descending order, can I do? Yes. Within the descending order, if you see 11 is the highest department. Within the 11 department, 12,000 is the highest salary. If you want to perform ascending order of the salary, you can do that as well. 11 department, 3,000, 8,300 is the lowest salary when you compare with 12,000. Right. So you can perform sorting with multiple columns as well. Multiple columns as well. I want to write a query like this. Select star from employees. Order by 5. Will this query execute? Will this query execute? What is order by 5? That means what? So this query is going to execute means yes. Maybe the table name is wrong, but it will execute. What way it is executing? Do you observe anywhere? So just try to understand the order by 5 means the position of the column 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4 number. So that's why it is ordering the nulls first. Later it went into 515, 123, 4444, 515, 123, 45, 67. It is order doing in ascending order or descending order. I did not specify any order. By default, it will perform in which way? Ascending order. So this is going to work based on the position of the column also. Position of the column also. Sorting with the position of the key column. Of the key columns. Okay. I want to execute this select list of columns, list of select columns. Sorting with the position of the key column. Now, I want to write here order by 5. Descending order. Or ascending means you don't need to specify any order. Just execute this. So here the department ID is getting executed or not? Well, position of the key columns with the listed columns, with the list of columns. So next, I hope you understood, right? Now I'm giving 6. Do I have 6th column or not? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I did. Just execute here. What it is saying? The order by position number 6 is out of range of the number of items in the select list. That means what? In your select list, how many columns we have? 5. But how many columns we have in the physical table? 10. When I give 6, if I give the listed columns and the listed values is 5, it is out of range. Means order by is working position based on what? Based on the select list columns. If I do star, it will take the list of columns of the all the columns, so it will work from the physical table. But when you say select a list of columns, and if you are giving this order by your order by position, the position of the order by should be the range of the select list. It should not cross the select list. Should not cross the select list. So that is what one thing you need to know with the order by. So order by with ascending, descending, I have shown you. Order by with multiple columns we have worked with. Order by with position of the key columns also we have worked. So we have fetch, we have like skip also, the other type of order bys. But I'll show you them in the next, going further. For now, this is all about order by. Order by is the purpose of what? Sorting the data. In which concept? SQL. In SQL, to sort the data, we have to use what? Order by. Next step. I want to fetch only the department, selected department data. Fetch only the list, only the department ID 9 employees list. How do we fetch only 9th department ID list of employees? What is the concept?
Ware clause.
So first of all, we are filtering the data here. The concept is filtering. Before the concept is sorting. To implement sorting, what is the class we have in SQL? Order by class. First of all, understand the concept. Then definitely the classes, if you which to do that concept, to implement that concept, we will have classes in SQL. So to sort the data order by class, now to fetch the only the 9th department employees list, that means we are filtering the data here. Out of 11 departments, I want to get only 9th department data. To filter the data, we require a where class in SQL. To filter the data, we have where class. Where class. Okay. Select. I want all the list of columns of list of employees with all the details. Then you start. Employees where department ID is equal to what? 9. Just try to execute this.
Department spelling.
Department ID. So now you got the 9th department. I want to fetch along with the 9th department employees list. I want to fetch 9 and 3 and 9 department list. 3 and 9 employees details list. 3 and 9 employees list. What should I do? How should I take query? How should I take query?
3,9.
3,
9.
9. It is not taking.
And 3 and 9.
3 and 9. Will it work?
I think
So I'm getting what? 3 and 9 means department ID 1 employee I'm getting. I want to get the list of employees of department ID 3 and department ID 9. So how should I take query? Why? What is the reason to fetch this one record? Just
3 or 9.
3 or 9. No? First of all, you might write use end or anything. You need to give the column name completely. You're given for department 3. You need to specify the department here also. I equals to 9. Will it work? Will it work?
No,
Why?
because 3 and 9, it will be taking as department ID 3 and 9, which is not
Both.
possible.
Both. Um,
Yeah,
What
it
is
should
my
be or.
intention? My intention to fetch the 3 employees list and 9 department employees list, both the department list employees. But what I am writing is I want to get the list of employees who are working in 3 and 9.
or it should be 3 or 9.
3 or 9. Okay, so this will not work. Just execute
Ah,
this. There is no employee who is working with department ID 3 and department ID 9. But what is my intention is all the employees who are working with 3 and 9 I want. But when I'm writing what I'm listing all the employees who is working in 3 department and the 9th department. No, I have to write use R here. So when I use R, so definitely try to understand this use case is most important. We generally confuse because why I'm saying here end. So obviously we get end here. You remember that when we are using two key columns in the Ware class or any other class, if you are having two different conditions and within the two different conditions, same column, don't use anywhere end. It will not work. When we have two different key columns with two different names, then use end. I want to get the department employees list of 3 and whose salary is above 2000 or above 2000. So then what we can do, I want to get the list of employees. Fetch the third and ninth department list of employees or third list of employees whose salary is greater than or 2. So then now you have to use end because my second column is what? Salary column. Equal to so mostly list of all the columns, all the number of employees. Okay. Now to fetch two different department values, I have written this query. Two different employees list, I have written this query. The same query I can write in other way. Where department ID, okay, I'll just try to execute this first. This query is getting fetched. right? So now here I have the department 3 and the 9. Now the same result I can fetch in the department ID in operator we can use. In the in operator you can perform this 3 and 9. This is one thing we can do. See now we can fetch the result, yes. Then in the result wise, do we have any differences? No. The result wise there is no difference. But I'm able to get we have to understand the execution now. The result is same, but the execution is different here. What is this? For example, the total number of employees list I have 40. 40. So what will happen in this way here? What will happen here means the SQL engine will go and search for this department ID 3, total 40 employees one time. It will scan total 40 employees list for third department one time. And the second time again, it will go and fetch ninth department by scanning all the 40 employees list. So total how many scans it is happening? 80 scans. Total 80 scans it is doing. To fetch how many records? 9 records. It is performing 80 scans and fetching 9 records out of that 80. Now here what will happen? The SQL engine will be going to this table. It will scan the 40 records only for one time. Because we are giving in operator with a 3 and 9 both at a time, so that within the first scan itself, it can pull the 3 department and 9 department at a time. So what is happening here? The number of scan records is getting reduced. The number of scans is getting reduced using the in operator. So here it will do 40 scans and fetch the 9 records. So when you give the list of records, list of department IDs like this, you are going to see the difference like within the performance. So that is something like using Ware operator. Now I want to fetch all the employees list. I want to fetch all the employees list except 9. All the employees list except the 9th department. 9th department list of employees. What should I do? Can I use not in? Just execute it. See here. It will not fetch the 9th department. It will fetch all the other list employees. If I want to write within this, not in the operator, within other operator, if I want to use, we have what? Operator. Which operator? Not equal to operator means where the employee not equals to 9. Not equals to 9. The same result. Okay. Within not in 9th department and within the not equals to 9 department. That fetches the same result. So along with this where class, you can pull multiple operators. You can use multiple operators with multiple conditions within the where class. Okay. So to filter the data, we use where class. To sort the data, we use order by class. So now I want to fetch a. Okay, I'll just stop here. I'll just do summarizing next concept. I'll do it from tomorrow. Tomorrow, mostly the SQL part 1 will be done. That is all that we have discussed so far. So I'll let you know tomorrow if possible. I'll start from tomorrow. I'll start from 7 o'clock if possible. I'll let you know that in the group window. So today I'll stop here. Just go through these things. We will talk remaining concepts tomorrow. Tomorrow SQL part 1 will be completed with all the classes, and next we will talk about joins. Okay. So if you have any questions, you can ask. Else, you people can leave.
Rajesh?
Yeah.
My SQL, this window is not active actually. I don't know how to. Should I start that server or something?
Just a minute. No, exactly. I didn't understand the problem. So I'm just opening my SQL SSMS you're talking about, right?
Yeah.
Okay. What is happening?
The same screen, that batch, that context that you set in the about tab, that 7 a.m. batch, that
Yeah.
all that thing is grayed out actually.
Okay. Can I?
It's like, yeah, it's like that actually.
Okay. Can you share your screen once?
Yeah.